Picture this. You're standing on the deck of a speedboat, cutting through crystal-clear turquoise waters. The Red Sea stretches endlessly before you, untouched, pristine, almost otherworldly. Then, on the horizon, something catches your eye. Something that shouldn't exist. Giant mirror orbs. 38 of them. Floating above the lagoon like pearls from a dream. Their polished stainless steel surfaces shimmer and shift, reflecting the sky so perfectly that reality itself seems to blur. You blink. Are these real? Or is this science fiction made flesh? Welcome to Shebara Island. Welcome to Shebara Resort, where Saudi Arabia just rewrote the rules of what's possible. This is not just another luxury hotel. This is a statement. A declaration that the future of tourism doesn't have to destroy nature. It can celebrate it. Shebara Resort sits 25 kilometers offshore from mainland Saudi Arabia, deep within the Al Waj Lagoon. An archipelago of 92 pristine islands, home to some of the most spectacular coral reefs on Earth. The fourth largest barrier reef system in the world lives here. Over 175 species of coral. More than 200 species of fish. Endangered hawksbill and green sea turtles nest on these shores. White-eyed gulls, sooty falcons, and red-billed tropic birds circle overhead. Dense mangroves filter the coastline. Desert flora carpets the inland dunes. This ecosystem has thrived undisturbed for millennia. And Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030 demanded a radical question. How do you build the world's most luxurious resort here without destroying what makes it special? The answer is Shebara, part of the 28,000 square kilometer Red Sea project. A $200 billion mega project that's redefining regenerative tourism. Not sustainable. Regenerative. Shebara opened its doors in November 2024 as Red Sea Global's first fully owned and operated resort. 73 keys total. 38 overwater mirror villas. 35 beachfront retreats shaped like rolling sand dunes. This is barefoot luxury at the edge of tomorrow. But getting here? That was the impossible part. Traditional construction would have been a massacre. Heavy machinery grinding across fragile coral. Concrete mixers churning on virgin beaches. Pile drivers hammering into seabeds where fish have lived for generations. Every bulldozer would scar the landscape. Every foundation would crush marine habitat. Even the most experienced developers looked at Shebara Island and felt powerless. The coral reef drop-off sits just 30 to 40 meters from the beach. One of the best diving sites in the entire Red Sea. Live coral coverage ranging from 30 to 70%. Pristine branching porites, Montipora and Acropora formations. All of it irreplaceable. All of it at risk. The environmental teams from Red Sea Global conducted extensive studies. Their conclusion was uncompromising. Only 1% of the total Red Sea project area could be developed. 75% must remain designated for conservation. 9 entire islands would be permanent no-go zones. Special sanctuaries for endangered wildlife. So the architects, engineers, and project managers faced a paradox: build the most spectacular luxury resort on Earth without touching the ground. Impossible? Saudi Arabia doesn't believe in impossible. The solution came from Dubai-based Killa Design, led by Sean Killa, the visionary architect behind Dubai's Museum of the Future. His firm proposed something radical. Don't build on the island. Build away from the island. Every single villa would be prefabricated hundreds of kilometers away in Sharjah, UAE, at the Grand Craft Industries facilities. 5 separate factories working in parallel. Each villa constructed, fitted out, and fully commissioned as near-complete modules. The offshore manufacturing process was meticulous. Marine-grade stainless steel shells, each overwater orb weighing over 150 tons, polished to superyacht standards. The steel was specially engineered with thermal isolation, The outer facade separated from the inner structure to prevent heat transfer. The mirror finish doesn't just look stunning. It actively reflects sunlight, reducing heat absorption, keeping interiors naturally cooler without over-reliance on air conditioning. Production began in the third quarter of 2021. By mid-2022, Grancraft was producing 8 to 12 pods per factory. The construction team divided work across multiple sites for maximum efficiency. They transported 4 villa pods at a time by sea, carefully loaded onto specialized barges, then shipped across the Red Sea to Shebara Island. The first installation took 9 hours. 9 careful calculated hours of precision engineering. Steel piling systems instead of concrete foundations. Minimal seabed disturbance. The structures elevated above sensitive terrain and marine habitats. No dredging, no crushing, no destruction. By the time they installed the final orb, the team had perfected the process. Under 2 hours from ship to installation, the coral reefs below remained completely untouched. In fact, they're now part of active regeneration programs. This wasn't just construction. This was surgery. Precise, careful, and utterly revolutionary. So what makes these floating mirror orbs so extraordinary? Let's talk design. Sean Killa drew inspiration from nature itself. The villas mimic the natural formation of pearls, each orb representing a single precious gem, strung together like a necklace draped across the lagoon. From above, the resort resembles a delicate string of pearls, a master plan that mirrors the very treasures these waters have produced for centuries. The circular configuration was inspired by neighboring coral reefs, shapes that echo the organic patterns of marine life. The mirror surfaces reflect and refract the changing light. Sunrise paints them gold and pink. Midday turns them into brilliant silver beacons. Sunset bathes them in orange and crimson. At night, they capture starlight and moonlight, constantly changing, always ethereal. Each overwater villa is a feat of aerodynamic design. The entry resembles the prow of a superyacht. Fluid lines that suggest movement and exclusivity. Carved openings frame the pool terraces. The structures appear to float weightlessly above the water, cantilevered with such precision that they seem to defy gravity. Inside, the spaces balance futurism with natural warmth. Toronto-based studio Paolo Ferrari designed the interiors with a philosophy of natural futurism, drawing inspiration from the protective shell of a sea urchin. Soft, cocooning spaces that contrast with the sleek exteriors. The one-bedroom overwater villas measure 103 square meters internally. Two-bedroom versions expand to 189 square meters. Floor-to-ceiling glass walls dissolve the boundary between inside and outside. 180-degree ocean views in every direction. Living spaces feature onyx, warm woods, and polished stainless steel. Minimalist yet deeply tactile. Every surface invites touch. Soft leather, hand-crafted details. The beds in standard villas combine stainless steel, leather, and mirrored glass. But in the Royal Villa's principal suite, the bed is carved from a single block of solid onyx. A throne fit for modern royalty. Bathrooms are equally extraordinary. Cantilevered circular mirrors seem to hover in space. Vanities in solid oak or mirror-polished steel. Monolithic freestanding bathtubs with flowing organic forms. Double showers. Double vanities. Separate toilets and bidets. Every detail considered. Every element perfected. But the real magic happens when you step onto your private terrace. Each villa features an infinity-edge plunge pool. The water seems to merge directly with the Red Sea beyond. Double daybeds for lazy afternoons. Sunken lounges for evening cocktails. Outdoor showers where you can rinse off under the stars. From your villa, you can watch sea turtles glide past below. schools of tropical fish darting through the coral. Dolphins occasionally breach in the distance. The beachfront villas offer an equally stunning but different experience. Inspired by the curves of desert sand dunes, these structures sit gently on the island with utmost privacy, each with its own infinity pool. Direct access to powdery white beaches. The Crown Villas Ensemble occupies its own private islet. Choose between a 3-bedroom villa or 3 one-bedroom villas. Perfect for families or groups seeking complete seclusion. But if you want the ultimate, the Royal Villas Ensemble, a separate private islet with its own dedicated dock for your yacht. A 4-bedroom villa with 8 adults and 4 children capacity. Master bedroom with king bed, walk-in closet, double shower, double vanity, bathtub, separate toilet and bidet. Second bedroom equally luxurious. Third and fourth bedrooms with flexible king and queen bed configurations. Plus 3 additional 1-bedroom villas. Book them separately for intimate getaways. Or reserve the entire collection for an unforgettable celebration. Weddings, milestone birthdays, family reunions, corporate retreats where privacy matters. The resort's culinary program matches the architecture and ambition. 5 signature restaurants designed by Rockwell Group. Ariamare brings Michelin chef Marco Garfagnini's Mediterranean magic. Fresh seafood caught that morning. Pasta made by hand. Views overlooking the lagoon at sunset. Ikiro offers Japanese Nikkei fusion. Precision knife work meets South American boldness. Omakase menus that change daily based on the catch. Every meal is an event. The nature-inspired spa offers treatments that blend ancient wellness with modern science. Pearl and caviar facials. Meteorite stone scrubs. 5 treatment rooms. Adults-only pools for pure tranquility. Family pools where children can play safely. A fitness center with ocean views. Because even paradise requires balance. And then, there's the diving. PADI-certified guides lead expeditions to the coral reefs just meters from your villa. Vibrant marine life explodes in every direction. Butterfly fish, chromis, orchid dottybacks, triggerfish, parrotfish, surgeonfish, groupers, gobies, and barracuda. Snorkeling right from your villa steps. Or take a seaplane tour. 30-minute scenic flights over the Umahat Islands, Shebara and Shura Island. 1,575 Saudi riyals plus VAT per seat in a shared plane. Worth every rial for the aerial perspective. Astronomy sessions under some of the clearest skies on Earth. Millions of stars with 0 light pollution. The Milky Way so bright you can read by it. Kayaking through mangrove forests. Paddleboarding across glassy morning waters. Beach yoga as the sun rises. This is luxury without limits. But also luxury with purpose. Because here's what sets Shebara apart from every other luxury resort on Earth. It's completely off-grid. 100%. A dedicated solar energy farm powers every light, every air conditioner, every experience. Over 1 million square feet of solar panels. More than 760,000 panels in total across the Red Sea project. One of the world's largest battery storage facilities already built and operational. The solar installation at Shebara is arranged in a circular pattern, complementing the resort's flowing design. Walking and biking paths guide guests through the energy landscape. You can tour the solar farm. See exactly how the resort powers itself. Sustainability isn't hidden behind the scenes. It's celebrated. It's part of the guest experience. 0 diesel generators. 0 reliance on fossil fuels. Carbon neutrality achieved. Desalination plants convert seawater into fresh water. Advanced filtration systems ensure purity. Wastewater is reclaimed and reused through circular waste management. Nothing goes to waste. Nothing pollutes. All land and marine transportation is fully electric. Electric sedans, hydrogen-powered buggies, zero-emission boats. The islands are mostly pedestrianized. Walking is encouraged. Connection to the landscape matters. The resort achieved LEED Platinum certification, the highest environmental standard, not greenwashing. Real, measurable, verifiable sustainability. Red Sea Global committed to a no single-use plastic policy across the entire project. Every material carefully selected for environmental impact. The botanical landscape nursery spans over 1 million square meters, the largest in the region. They've grown more than 5 million plants since 2020, targeting 30 million by 2030. Native species adapted to the climate and conditions. These plants will populate the Red Sea Project and the neighboring Amala development, enriching the natural environment, setting new standards in regenerative development. Marine conservation takes center stage. The coral reefs and mangroves that line the Red Sea's shores are among the oldest and most resilient on the planet. Research teams actively work on coral restoration, transplanting healthy coral fragments to damaged areas, monitoring biodiversity continuously, ensuring that tourism enhances rather than harms the ecosystem. This is the paradigm shift. Luxury doesn't have to mean destruction. Opulence doesn't require exploitation. You can have both. If you're willing to innovate, if you refuse to compromise, if you believe the future demands better. So how do you actually get to this floating paradise? Your journey begins at Red Sea International Airport, the gateway designed by Foster and partners. Its architecture mimics natural sand dunes, creating a calm, immersive arrival experience. The airport opened for domestic flights in September 2023, connecting Riyadh and Jeddah with this remote coastal paradise. In April 2024, international service began. Twice-weekly flights from Dubai on Qatar Airways. 3 weekly flights from Doha, Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Approximately 2.5 hours from Doha, connecting Shebara effortlessly to over 170 destinations worldwide. More international routes are being announced regularly. Europe, Asia, North America. The world is discovering the Red Sea. When you land, the Shebara greeting team meets you personally. They handle your baggage. You don't touch a single suitcase. From there, you choose your adventure. Option 1, the seaplane experience. Board a Cessna Caravan with Fly Red Sea, Saudi Arabia's first seaplane company. 30 minutes of aerial wonder. Flying low over the turquoise waters. Coral reefs visible beneath you. Islands scattered like emeralds and sapphire. The cost? 1,450 Saudi riyals plus VAT per person in a shared plane. Up to 2 children fly free. Option 2, the scenic route. A 30-minute drive from the airport to Turtle Bay, the guest reception center where hospitality begins. Here you complete check-in procedures, then board either a private yacht or shared transfer boat. 30 to 40 minutes across crystal clear waters. The speedboat cuts through gentle swells. Salt spray on your face, the wind in your hair. And then you see them, the mirror orbs, rising from the lagoon like something from a dream, growing larger as you approach, more impossible with every meter. Upon arrival at Shebara, the team warmly welcomes you. They guide you directly to your villa, your sanctuary for the next few days. The villa reception is seamless. No standing at a front desk. No paperwork in a lobby. You walk straight into your personal paradise. Your luggage already waiting. Chilled champagne. Fresh fruit. Local dates and nuts. Everything complimentary in your mini bar. The hospitality here is legendary. Guests rave about the young Saudi staff. Earnest, Highly skilled, attentive, deeply caring. There's a sincerity in the service that stays with you. Names like Khan, Reddy, Koka, Yahya, and Rakan appear repeatedly in reviews, going above and beyond, calling doctors when guests fall ill, making special teas, correcting mistakes with grace, creating memories that last far beyond checkout. The general manager and food and beverage director engage directly with guests, not hidden in offices, present, accessible, caring about your experience personally. This level of leadership presence is increasingly rare in luxury hospitality. At Shebara, it's standard. 4 of the villas are fully ADA accessible. Private pools. Ramps instead of stairs. Inclusive luxury that welcomes everyone. The world has noticed. Time magazine named Shebara one of the world's greatest places of 2025, joining an elite list of destinations that define the future of travel. Architectural Digest featured the resort in their AD 100 2026, recognizing Killa design among the best designers in the Middle East and North Africa. Forbes called it a remarkable experiment in radical architecture. Dezeen celebrated its shiny cantilevered pods and transcendent interiors. GQ profiled architect Sean Killa, exploring how sustainable innovation can reshape luxury. TripAdvisor reviews are overwhelmingly 5 stars. Guests describe it as otherworldly. A thrilling experiment at the edge of the Red Sea, something that stays with you long after you leave. One guest wrote, "This was my second stay in less than a year, and a third already feels inevitable." Another, "Is this place real?" Yup, it is! The beautiful scene of our infinity pool overlooking the Red Sea never got old. Families with children love the space and safety. Couples find romance in the privacy and beauty. Divers praise the marine life access. Wellness seekers appreciate the holistic approach. And yes, let's talk about the price. Because luxury at this level comes with a luxury price tag. Nightly rates start around $2,400. That's for a standard 1-bedroom overwater villa. 2-bedroom villas run higher. The Royal Villas Ensemble requires direct inquiry. But here's what you need to understand. This isn't just accommodation. It's an experience you cannot find anywhere else on Earth. All room rates are in Saudi Arabian riyals, subject to 5% municipality tax and 15% VAT. Children under 12 stay free with parents. Space permitting. Guests 12 and over pay 1,500 riyals plus tax per night. For dining, children under 6 eat free when with adults. Except for in-villa dining, early arrivals and late departures, book an extra night for guaranteed access. Otherwise, the resort provides bag storage and changing facilities. In 2026, Shebara is fully open. Already booked solid from March through mid-August. Peak season demand is overwhelming. If you want to visit, book months in advance. This isn't a place you drop by. It's a pilgrimage. But Shebara is just the beginning. The Red Sea project encompasses far more than one resort. By 2030, the full vision unfolds: 50 hotels with 8,000 rooms, over 1,000 residential properties, 22 islands developed, 6 inland sites transformed, 70,000 jobs created, $5.3 billion contributed annually to Saudi Arabia's GDP. Tourism as a key pillar of economic diversification, reducing dependence on oil revenue, fulfilling the promise of Vision 2030. Shura Island is the hub, shaped like a dolphin from above, connected to the mainland by Saudi Arabia's longest water bridge. 1.2 kilometers of elegant engineering, 11 hotels from global brands: Hyatt, Fairmont, Intercontinental, Rosewood, Jumeirah, Faina, Raffles, Miraval, Edition, and SLS. Coral Bloom, the massive development designed by Foster and Partners. Launched in February 2021 by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman himself, Shura Links, Saudi Arabia's first 18-hole championship golf course. Designed by Brian Curley. 7,500 yards of desert and coastal beauty. Expected to open soon and attract golfers from around the world. Omahat Islands hosts the ultra-luxury Straight Regis Red Sea Resort. Opened in 2023. And Nujuma, a Ritz-Carlton Reserve. Opened in May 2024. Designed by Kengo Kuma and Associates. The name means stars in Arabic, reflecting the resort's focus on celestial beauty under pristine skies. Seashell-inspired villas on land and over water. Southern Dunes offers desert retreat living, nestled against the Hijaz Mountains. Simple, lightweight natural materials adapted to the desert climate. 100 kilometers northeast of the town of Luj. Luxury spa and wellness facilities. Opened in 2023 as one of the first Red Sea destinations. Desert rock is mountain living redefined. Villas and hotel rooms architecturally tethered into rocky cliffs. Hidden gorges. Designed by Oppenheim Architecture. Opened in January 2025 to instant acclaim. Each destination has its own character, its own story, its own relationship with the landscape. But they all share one vision: regenerative tourism that leaves the environment better than it found it. Access to these islands varies. Shura is connected by bridge. Electric vehicles transport guests. The other islands? Only accessible by yacht or seaplane. This isolation is intentional, limiting visitor numbers, protecting the fragile ecosystem, ensuring that tourism enhances rather than overwhelms. The entire Red Sea project sits within an 8-hour flight for 80% of the global population. A seamless bridge between east and west, making it accessible yet exclusive, familiar yet exotic. The fourth largest barrier reef in the world. Dormant volcanoes, mountain canyons, desert dunes, pristine beaches, all within one destination. This is Saudi Arabia showing the world a new path forward, where heritage meets innovation, where tradition embraces transformation, where oil wealth funds a post-oil future.